Good morning, Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. And today I couldn't wait any longer. I've got the most amazing training aid you have ever seen. All right, this is me, Shawn Clement, saying this, okay? So, one of the best training aids I've ever had the pleasure of using. A grass whip, all right? I got two right here. One from the local hardware store where I had to order it because they just don't make these anymore. We grew up in the era of whippersnippers, right, and lawnmowers, whereas everybody else back in the 50s and the 40s, and some of you may attest to this, and may have been using one of these, unbeknownst to you that you were practicing an amazing golf swing. So we've seen it at Harvey Penick. And one in particular, and I'm going to talk about Bill Melhorn in a few of my next upcoming videos, because there's a legacy that needs to be spoken to and spoken of. One person in particular by the name of Bobby Shave, S-H-A-V-E. We're going to be shaving grass. Well, Bobby Shave is an expert at that. He's out in Naples, Florida. And so I want to discuss my favorite training aid right here, right now. Okay, so one with a serrated edge, right? This is the one you get at the hardware store for $15. You just, for us up here is Home Hardware. And as you can see, it is a little sloppy out here. I hope you don't see the dirt on my pants here. So, and then what I did is I just put some hockey tape on the handle, or some tennis tape that you can put on the handle, because the wooden handles tend to be a little slippery. So, and then, you know, it's got a dual serrated edge, so be careful when you're using this. And then Bill Melhorn designed this one right here. All right, it's called the Melhorn Grass Whip. It's got a graphite shaft and a regular golf grip. It's not as sharp. It won't cut through the grass as effectively as this. And it is a little pricier, but for those of you who can afford it, you know, go to BillMelhornGolf.com. And you'll see also information there for Bobby Shave. So, let me show you how this works. I got my row of weeds right here. I take my grip. I'm going to use a 10-finger grip as far as the size of this grip right here. And I'm just going to go ahead, get into my posture. You know, this is about 38 inches long, so it's about the length of a 5-iron. And then I'm just going to start doing my perpetual motion drill. And let it cut the grass in both directions. Okay? So you'll notice as you cut the grass in both directions, you have a wonderful width to the movement. Right? And what I like about this tool in particular, because it's a steel shaft, a heavy handle and a heavy blade, it has a nice heft to it and tends to glide naturally right through the blades of grass. So if I start my little perpetual motion drill / elephant walk, this is fantastic for coordinating your weight shift. Step through, step through, step through, step through. So you can see how using the elephant walk, right? My chest is the head of the elephant. You've got the trunk, the front legs of the elephant. As the trunk swings to one side, now the elephant can take a step. Then the trunk can swing to the other side. Step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing. So when I get to my normal swing, just doing regular golf swings with this, you want to feel a definite brush into the backswing and a nice shave across the sole of the sole of the club, this thing, with the ground. All right, so you want a nice, clean, close shave with the ground, at the level of the ground. So if the sole of this thing can shave at the level of the ground, and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Now imagine we put a club face on top of this. So this is shaving at the level of the ground, the ball is sitting up on the grass. You will absolutely pummel the ball. So for those of you having trouble with thin contact, the success rate has been amazing with my students, because now they're starting to see and starting to visualize, you know, how well they can put the ball, grass, and ground in the way of their shot. So if I'm hitting an iron shot, I'm looking for a nice clip. So imagine the golf ball is a dandelion masquerading as a golf ball. And some of these dandelions, you notice, are right at the grass level. So you know there's a little stem underneath that dandelion. So you want to take the stem of that dandelion and zip it right out of there. So the feel that you're going to have through here, and this is really key. The feel that you need to get through thick grass or a thick weed, there's a zippiness to it, right? All the other stuff we've talked about in the golf swing apply in spades here. So we want heavy arms with a heavy tool. So we have a heavy arm club or arm tool unit. We feel the weight of that unit at address. We're going to use that weight to zip through those blades of grass, okay? So for those of you who tend to move the head forward, because if the golf ball is your target, the most efficient way to hit that golf ball is over the top. You try going over the top of this thing. All you're going to do is stick these teeth into the ground. So because you're focused on shaving the grass, your head will maintain the most beautiful position through there. Okay? So, perpetual motion, check. Weight and heft, check. Head position, check. Zippiness through impact. This has added about 15 yards to my drives. The last couple of, I've only been out twice this year, okay? This is it's still soggy today, and there's no carts out here. I'm walking out with a pull cart through puddles, and I'm getting all wet. So, I've added 15 yards minimum to my drives. Imagine that. So I'm having a great time myself, and I know this is going to help you out big time. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to apply what you feel here to your golf shots. So stay tuned and let's go. Now, a couple of important notes, all right? Now, a couple of my students have been a little bit rambunctious right out of the gate with this thing, and they were trying to swing it way too hard. Now, if you swing this thing too hard, it has very little resistance and it's got a lot of mass to it, you better be getting out of the way. So, very important video for you to review is my arms and body timing and my stop crashing video. Remember this one? Let the arm fall. Let the arm fall. See how it crashed into my rib cage? Let the arm fall. Remove the rib cage from the way to allow the arm full access to each direction. So when you zip right through, notice how my body is completely out of the way and there is no obstacle in front of my arms, all right? So no obstacle into the backswing as you swing back, no obstacle in the follow through as you swing through. Step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, get out of the way, step, swing, get out of the way. So you really want to feel this very oily swivel of the rib cage and pelvis on top of those hips to really get out of the way of this arm club unit, because I'm telling you, you're going to develop some really interesting speed with this thing, okay? So I want to make sure you don't get hurt in the process of doing this. So for all you lefties, well, we've got a dual serrated edge. So it doesn't matter if you're a lefty or a righty. Let it swing, let it swing, let it swing, let it swing. So I'm giving it a nice zip in either direction right there. So I know you will really appreciate this. And like I said, we'll see you in the next video.